F-14? What about it? What about it? What about it? Play War Thunder tomorrow. No. No, I'm good. I don't really want to. Wait, I've never played War Thunder. Why are you just saying you just asking me to play the game that you want to play? I'm not playing what you want to play. Nice try though. I'm playing what I want to play, man. So, yeah, maybe we'll play Kerbal after. Maybe we'll... I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll play it by ear. Let me put on a video here. Let's see. What do we want? Yeah, here we go. I got one for you. Here, ready? I'll switch this over to Space News and I will be back momentarily.
During America's first human spaceflight program, Project Mercury, the eyes of the world often focused on the launch pads at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station in Florida.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift off. All right, lift off, and the clock is starting. This is Single 7. The fuel is go. Oxygen is go.
Another centerpiece facility for astronaut training, crew quarters, and spacecraft processing was Hangar S at the Cape. While not as well known as the Mercury Control Center and the launch pads, Hangar S was the location of crucial work supporting NASA's early human spaceflights. After the National Aeronautics and Space Administration was formed in 1958, the new agency announced the selection of 7 military test pilots who would become America's first astronauts. Scott Carpenter, Gordon Cooper, John Glenn, Gus Grissom, Wally Schirra, Alan Shepard, and Deke Slayton would soon become household names. From 1959 to 1963, the 61,300 square foot Hangar S became a hub of activity as America prepared for the program to send men on their first trips into space. Hangar S was built in 1957. It housed operations of the U.S. Naval Research Laboratory's Project Vanguard. The 75-foot tall rocket was part of the nation's earliest efforts to launch Earth-orbiting satellites. In 1959, NASA acquired Hangar S through an agreement with the Department of Defense and modified it for use for pre-flight processing. This is where the Mercury space capsules were received and tested. By the end of 1960, NASA referred to Hangar S as the nerve center of Project Mercury and home of the Space Task Group's Pre-Flight Operations Division, which had grown to over 400 technicians and contractors who prepared the Mercury capsules for launch. The processing of the Mercury spacecraft began with its arrival at the Cape Canaveral skid strip aboard a transport aircraft. It then was transferred to Hangar S for a capsule shakedown. The hangar contained all the necessary facilities, storage, and work areas required to prepare the capsule, including a white room, The spotless capsule checkout area was located in the northeast corner of the high bay. Across from the White Room was an altitude chamber used for Mercury capsule environmental control system testing and verification in a space-like environment. The altitude chamber allowed engineers and technicians to ensure the capsule would not leak in space, and it also helped verify that the environmental control system, along with other equipment, all worked as designed. Hangar S was the location for final assembly and checkout of the spacecraft's escape tower. Placed on top of the capsule for launch, the tower was designed to pull the capsule clear of the launch vehicle in the event of a mishap on the launch pad or during ascent. It jettisoned from the rocket when a safe altitude had been reached. Once all assembly, checkouts, and testing were complete, the Mercury spacecraft was transported a short distance to Cape Canaveral's Launch Pad 5 to be mounted atop a Redstone rocket for suborbital missions, or to Launch Pad 14 for mating to an Atlas booster for the flights to Earth's orbit. While astronauts prepared for their eventual trips into space, a group of chimpanzees also were undergoing training to ensure humans could withstand the physical strain and G-forces during a rocket launch. The chimpanzees' training began at the Holloman Aerospace Medical Center in New Mexico, but their preparations were completed at Hangar S. The task of responding to lights by flipping a lever would demonstrate that the chimps could not only survive in space, but also perform tasks throughout the flight. The first chimpanzee to fly was named Ham. He launched on Mercury Redstone 2 on January 31st, 1961. During the 16-minute flight, the chimp flew 157 miles high and 420 miles downrange. After his recovery, a happy and healthy Ham proved the way was clear for an astronaut to follow about 4 months later. On May 5, 1961, Alan Shepard became the first American to fly in space during a 15-minute suborbital flight.
So this was a very significant flight because the country needed this. The whole free world needed this flight at this time.
2 months later, Gus Grissom flew a similar suborbital mission aboard the Mercury capsule he named Liberty Bell 7. Throughout Project Mercury, Hangar S served as not only a spacecraft preparation facility, but it also was the base of operation for the astronauts after they arrived at the Cape, especially in the days and weeks just prior to launch. The astronauts often spent 12-hour days or even longer at Hangar S, rehearsing their missions in the procedures trainer, an exact mock-up of the Mercury capsule's interior. The simulations would help prepare astronauts and ground controllers for the real thing.
Climbing into that spacecraft and sitting on the top of the rocket was something we had simulated time and time again.
The hangar also was the location of the crew quarters located on the second floor. The astronauts slept, ate, suited up, and underwent medical examinations in the days and weeks before flight. But on occasion, astronauts described the crew quarters as simply austere and uncomfortable. A primary goal of Project Mercury was to determine how humans would respond to trips in the environment of space, so a regular part of preparations for launch were medical exams by the astronauts' medical team. Once the health checkup was complete on launch day, it was time for the complex process of donning the spacesuit that would protect the astronaut in the event of a capsule depressurization. The next step was the astronaut climbing into an apparatus with a seat similar to the Mercury spacecraft. Technicians then checked out the suit to ensure it would pressurize and work as designed. With the suit up complete, it was time to head to the launch pad. In the glare of television lights, the astronaut departed Hangar S for the transfer van. The specially outfitted truck would make the trip to Launch Pad 5 or Pad 14, where the astronaut would prepare for the final countdown.
5, 4, 3,
days after John Glenn's historic mission on February 20th, 1962, President John F. Kennedy visited Cape Canaveral to see facilities such as Launch Pad 14, where Glenn lifted off. The presidential tour included Hangar S, where Mercury spacecraft were being prepared for future missions. And during a special ceremony outside the hangar, President Kennedy congratulated America's first person to orbit the Earth and those who supported his historic mission. Glenn's mission was followed by 3 more orbital flights by astronauts Carpenter, Schirra, and Cooper, each with longer missions and increasingly sophisticated capsule maneuvers and experiments. Following completion of the Mercury missions, the spacecraft would be returned to Hangar S for post-flight inspections. Key parts would be removed for study, so lessons learned could be applied to future designs. After the 22-orbit mission of Gordon Cooper aboard Mercury Atlas 9 in 1963, America's first human spaceflight program came to an end. Beginning the next year, Project Gemini would be NASA's bridge from the Mercury missions, learning how to meet President John F. Kennedy's goal to send astronauts to the moon. The first Gemini spacecraft also were processed for flight in Hangar S. The new program would allow humans to emerge from their spacecraft and begin to walk in space, as well as rendezvous and dock with other orbiting spacecraft. But as NASA began opening new facilities at the Kennedy Space Center on adjacent Merritt Island, Gemini processing moved to the Manned Spacecraft Operations Building, now known as the Neil Armstrong Operations and Checkout Building. The interior of the Hangar S High Bay was modified later in 1965 with the construction of a satellite processing area. These spacecraft included the Franco-German Symphony communications satellite and the agency's lunar orbiter spacecraft that mapped the moon prior to the Apollo missions, taking humans to work on the lunar surface during the late 1960s and early 1970s.
5, 4, we've gone for main engine start. We have main engine start. America's first space shuttle. And the shuttle has cleared the tower.
As the space shuttle era began in 1981, work at Hangar S supported the new effort. During the shuttle program, many types of equipment, such as scape suits, were maintained and repaired at the life support facility inside Hangar S. The rubber-coated self-contained atmospheric protective ensembles were worn by technicians at Kennedy and Cape Canaveral for protection during processing activities that involved hazardous chemicals such as rocket propellants or in the event of a spill. Much of the operational area was used to maintain equipment associated with the retrieval of the shuttle's solid rocket boosters.
2, 1, 0, and liftoff, the final liftoff of Atlantis on the shoulders of the space shuttle. America will continue the dream.
Following STS-135, the final space shuttle mission in July of 2011, work inside Hangar S came to an end. Cape Canaveral's Hangar S was America's starting point for human space exploration. NASA at the Kennedy Space Center now has transitioned from a historically government-only launch facility to a multi-user spaceport for both federal and commercial customers. NASA's team on Florida's Space Coast continues to work to meet the nation's spacefaring needs for the 21st century. These advances will include the Orion spacecraft and the Space Launch System super rocket to take humans to distant destinations such as Mars and beyond.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Trying to find one more video. I'm almost done eating, dudes.
The space shuttle could get all the way to space on its own power whenever it launched from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida. But when a shuttle orbiter travels from one place to another here on Earth, it needs a lift, a piggyback ride or ferry flight aboard the shuttle carrier aircraft. It's an unusual sight, a low-flying jumbo jet with a spaceship bolted onto its back.
And it's really amazing to see first the orbiter in person. It's almost surreal.
The shuttle carrier aircraft is actually a Boeing 747, modified to handle the weight and drag of the shuttle orbiter on its back. It's been supporting the Space Shuttle program ever since the approach and landing tests during the late 1970s. In 1990, NASA added an additional modified 747 to its SCA fleet to make a total of 2 aircraft available for ferry flights. The shuttles began all their space careers with ferry flights when they were first delivered to Kennedy from the manufacturing plant in Palmdale, California. But most of the time, a ferry flight was needed to bring a shuttle back from Edwards Air Force Base in California, following a landing on the West Coast due to poor weather in Florida.
They built the 747. They built a very nice airplane, and it does what you want when you fly it. The only thing that's different is when you're carrying the orbiter, there is a noticeable vibration, and of course the speeds are quite a bit higher. But as far as the feel in the aircraft and the ease with which the aircraft flies, it is deceptively easy.
After an end-of-mission landing at Edwards, it took the landing team about a week, weather permitting, to prepare it for its upcoming cross-country trip. A tail cone was installed to reduce aerodynamic drag and turbulence during the ferry flight. The spacecraft was lifted inside a large gantry-like device called the mate-demate device. The aircraft rolled underneath, and the orbiter was lowered and bolted into place. The team simply reversed the process to remove the shuttle from the plane. Sometimes just getting the shuttle and aircraft ready for the trip could be a test in itself. NASA Flow Director Stephanie Stilson recalls the challenges the ferry flight team encountered in 2005 after Space Shuttle Discovery landed at Edwards at the end of the return-to-flight mission STS-114.
And everybody thinks the desert, dry, no issues, no rain. Well, we had snow in the mountains, we had rain, we had lightning that actually struck the mate-demate device, and we had locusts. So it was like everything that could possibly happen outside of our control happened. But once again, that just gave us a chance to show how we can react to changes and things that we're not expecting.
But the toughest part of a ferry flight is keeping the shuttle safe from harmful weather or other conditions during flight. So, a Pathfinder aircraft flies 100 miles ahead of the attached pair, making sure the flight path is safe and dry.
You don't want to bring it through any turbulence, no visible moisture. There's some temperature limitations. And essentially we're the plane to make sure we don't bring the orbiter through there. So our job is to be very vigilant of any changing weather conditions and to make sure that the orbiter is brought on a safe flight path.
There were 87 ferry flights throughout the Space Shuttle program, including flights for testing, delivery, orbiter upgrades, and of course, end-of-mission landings. Today, the shuttles are being prepared at Kennedy to go on public display at sites across the country. Atlantis won't need an aircraft to move to its new home at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. But Discovery, Endeavour, and the test orbiter Enterprise will each take one last ride. Discovery will be flown to Dulles International Airport in Virginia and then moved to the nearby Smithsonian Udvar-Hazy Center. It will take the place of Enterprise, which will be flown from there to John F. Kennedy International Airport, and then on to the Intrepid Air, Sea, and Space Museum in New York City. Endeavour will be flown to Los Angeles International Airport before making its way to the California Science Center in Los Angeles. The bulky combination of orbiter and aircraft is unmistakable and usually attracts attention from onlookers on the ground as it makes its way across the sky. NASA plans to keep one of the modified 747s for its Stratospheric Observatory for Infrared Astronomy, or SOFIA, science program. But as the shuttles make their final ferry flights, space fans along the way may be able to catch a glimpse of the duo making one more pass overhead.
And so that's a great thing to be able to do that. And then if we have any stops along the way, it's a chance for us to share the orbiter with the public in that area that most likely has never even seen a space shuttle that close.
For two of NASA's storied space shuttle orbiters.
Well, I didn't like that. Yep, nope. Really wish I didn't watch that one. That's very annoying. Yeah. Should still be flying. And that's all I have to say about that. Anyway, welcome to Space News. Did you get my links? What are links? I don't know what a link is. Please help me. I'm not good with computers. How did I get here? I'm not good with the computers. How did I get here? I'm not good. I don't know nothing about those computers. My mom got one. She put a couple games on it. G.I. Joe. I got a good way to turn this all around. Okay. Now I'm crying bad, Egypt. Dude, I can make it up to you. I can make it up to you. Here. So, welcome to Space News. Here, how about we start with this tweet from Rook. Ready? Look. I was really fortunate to watch a tower crew control pattern around the USS Baton and bring this Osprey in for a landing. So, it's just... Yeah, here, we'll start with this. If this doesn't make you happy. That makes me happy. That's pretty neat. Oh, that thing is so goddamn cool. I love them. Sound? It's a little rough on that landing there, Ace. And that devil dog just brought that thing down. You see that? Just da-blunk. Damn, man. Look, sprung. That's fine. It's supposed to do that. All right. So if that doesn't do it for you, this next one will. Okay. So headphone users. Was a good landing. The ship bounces a lot. True that. Headphone users. I'll say it one last time so I don't get yelled at. Headphone users. This is going to get loud. Not loud enough? Not loud enough? I mean, we could just... Headphone users. pretty good. That's a shot of the OFT2 ignition. Oh, mama. Yep, that's pretty good. Looks a little wet. It's not. It can't be wet. How can it be wet? It's on fire. Look. You see the fiery bit right here, Vin? What are you, drunk? Look. It is running rich, actually, Tom. Yeah. It's running very rich. Oxygen-rich stage combustion with Carolox for your propellants, and your flames are still coming out yellow. Yeah, that's really fuel-rich, but they use it for cooling. Actually, the combustion isn't fuel-rich, to be really honest with you. It's the film cooling and whatnot. I think they're these things got to be throat cooled too. I'd have to go look. Oh man, that's cool. That's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. They throw tons of water at the launch pad during liftoff. I know. I've walked where that camera is, Silva. Yeah, no, I know. I know. It's just a joke. Yeah, it uses a nitrogen purge sound suppressor system. There is actually a pad deluge and a sound suppressor. What the water that you're seeing is from the pad deluge system. The sound suppressor is actually at the end of the flame trench. There's a pipe that goes around the end of the flame trench, and they spray water into the flow. I know why it's wet. It's more of a joke because it's on fire. But yeah, you're right, dude. Absolutely. Now, speaking of that, I do have a little bit more here. Check this out. ULA 150. The water is reused? No. Most of it turns to steam, Paul.
150. 150 consecutive launches. 150 consecutive successes. At ULA, 100% mission success is an achievement that both defines us and motivates us. As the industry's most experienced launch service provider, we continue to provide world-leading reliability, schedule confidence, and mission optimization. And we're proud to lead the way in space to expand what's possible on Earth. Our pride is built on the successful launch of 93 national security missions, 18 GPS satellites, 5 trips to Mars, 18 commercial missions, and 39 science and exploration missions. From low Earth to the most complex geosynchronous orbits and interplanetary trajectories, ULA is the only launch provider capable of delivering to any orbit, anytime. 30 Delta IIs, 23 Delta IVs, 12 Delta IV Heavies, 85 Atlas Vs, 150 flights using our trusted fleet of rockets built to the evolving needs of each and every customer. We've traveled 2,500,000 miles and delivered more than 1,400,000 pounds to orbit, deliveries that have improved the way we live and work and provided a deeper understanding of our universe.
Oh, CME. Nice.
All rockets are not created equal, and when it absolutely must get to space safely and on time, customers choose ULA. 150 glorious liftoffs, 100% mission success.
Nice. 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 I missed Delta IV Heavy launches. There's 4 of them left. Only 4. Then that's it. And she's done. That's all she wrote. Shame. It's a great rocket. Shame. Is it 3 now, Phil? Yeah. Oh, well. It is what it is, man. Vulcan. What about it, T-Man? Vulcan is not Delta. You could tell because of the letters. I know. Dude, I have a feeling that with ULA, that number of commercial missions is going to go up. The number of commercial missions is going to go up in the future. I'm pretty sure that number is going to triple. Pretty sure that number is going to go up. 3 more, 1 from Slick 6 this year and 2 from Slick 37 in 2023 and 2024. With Vulcan, it's fine. Vulcan is carrying it on. So, that's fine. They should human certify it and put Orion on top and to continue to use Delta 4 Heavy for low Earth orbit. Human rating in RS-68 is, yeah, Supercraft, they looked at doing that. They looked at replacing Ares 1 with Delta Heavy after they canceled Constellation. But, they ended up saying that launching people on Delta 4 Heavy was, wait for it, guess the word. Unsustainable. Yep. They actually said that. Oh, it's unsustainable. We can't do that. It's too. They said it would. If you said expensive, you get bonus points, consolation prize, because they said it was too expensive to human rate Delta 4 Heavy, and the vast amount of money incurred from human rating Delta 4 Heavy would be unsustainable in the long run. Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Augustine Commission. There's a reason why I mention this every day. I will not stop. I will not stop until this situation is rectified, and I do not know how to fix it. I don't know how to fix it. I'm not smart enough. How long would it take to certify Delta 4 for a human rating? You'd have to redesign the RS-68s, T-Man. Yeah. You'd have to redesign them. Which, now that I'm really thinking about, wouldn't have been that big of a deal, especially when you have the entire shuttle processing team behind you to be able to make the changes. Get elected, you nerd. The only way I could fix that situation is if I become the president. And I'm pretty sure no one's gonna like a president that just wants to give NASA money. EJ's State of the Union. We need more money for NASA. That's it. God bless you. What? NASA needs more money. All right? More money. More. Deficit? No. Healthcare? No. NASA needs more money. You're not listening to me. Yeah, but what about this issue? Yeah. It would be like this. Hold on.
2 women.
No, not that one. This one.
I feel like you guys keep trying to distract people with Iraq, but I'm focusing on other things, namely the moon. Yes, I said it, the moon. Can't be distracted. What's going on with the war or what's wrong with the economy? Stop worrying about that. I got that under control. Let's focus on space, nigga. The United States of space. Because I ain't stopping at the moon. Write this down. M-A-R-S. Mars, bitches. That's where we are going. Mars. Red rocks. Yay, yay.
It would be like that. Yeah. Write this down. M-A-R-S. M-A-R-S. We're going. Mars. Red rocks. Yeet. That's seriously what it would be like. Oil? Who said anything about oil, chat? You cooking? Let's get out of here. Yep. Can I have the link for that? Sure. Sure. Why not? I'm not stopping at the moon. Write this down. M-A-R-S. Mars, chat. Red rocks. What's going on in the war? What's going on with the economy? Stop worrying about that. I got that stuff under control. That would be entirely too forward thinking for this barrel of monkeys. Monkey? 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 I got it wrapped up in this special CIA napkin. The guy bought some yellow cake. He bought some freaking yellow cake. Are you sure it was yellow cake? Yes, I'm sure, chat. Don't drop that stuff. Don't drop it. Oh boy. More cursed rockets. I think I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, that was not okay. Excuse me. That didn't taste very good. Anyway, yeah, that's why I probably would not make a good president. That would not be good. That would not be a good thing. Yeah, I'd go into a press conference and they'd be like, what do you think about this thing? Space. And they'd be like, well, that's all fine and dandy. You want to give NASA more money, but what about what about inflation? Space. But what about the unemployment? Space. I make streamer fails on the daily, Vanguard. I don't care. What about guys running against you? They'd be like, oh yeah, this other guy is really good. He's looking like a really good candidate. What do you have to think about that? Space. 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 Shh. Space. Yep. Ass. P-A's. Pathetic. What is this? Oh, that's... oh, that's good. Anyway, congratulations ULA on 150 mission. What is this, Forge? What is this? Mega Constellations. Australia's public broadband company, NBN Australia, has claimed competition from wireless services, including Elon Musk's Starlink, is threatening the viability of its business as retail internet providers hit out at its plans to sharply raise prices. Company operating the national broadband network has claimed competition from wireless services, including Starlink, is threatening the viability of its business as retail internet providers hit out at its plans to sharply raise prices. NBN company plans to raise price. NBN's plans to raise prices surfaced this week in a redacted proposal to revise its special access undertaking, which was released by the Australian Competition and Consumer Commission. Oh boy. How much do you want to have dinner with the people on that board? The framework determines how much it can charge wholesale customers, including Telstra, Optus, and TPG Telecom. The proposal was criticized by the ACCC, which claimed it would result in doubling the cost of their entry-tier internet plans over the next decade and ongoing prices until 2040. In the redacted documents, NBN blames the plan price on several factors, including competition from companies that run low Earth orbit satellites, and the rise of 4G and 5G fixed services from Telstra, TPG, and Optus. It said these competitive pressures meant it needed a sophisticated pricing model to ensure it could recover its cost over time. Otherwise, its business might not be sustainable. Fellas, I got a question. NBN is government owned, right? Like, did somebody say that in the chat? Is NBN government owned? Anybody? Australia? Any Australians watching right now? I know it's a little early for you guys. Sort of? Semi-private? Government owned but run private. So the government is the main stakeholder. So it's a state-owned corporation. Got it. State-owned corporation with the government as the stakeholder. I don't want to read more. There's that word again. Huh. Why are they looking for profitability if it's a government-owned service? That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Yeah, Blue. Interesting. Why do we want Amtrak profitable? Bingo. The USPS wants to make money. That's government owned. Wanting to make money, no, Laserman, I'm going to go ahead and disagree, like, wholeheartedly. No, that's entirely wrong. The Postal Service does make cash, but they've been operating at losses for years. So has Amtrak. That's the whole point, is to provide a service. You make up for it. You make up for it some other way. Like, oh, I don't know, that spaceflight organization that we like. You know what I'm talking about? These guys up here that do the thing where they put flags on other planets. Yeah, that thing. The goal isn't profitability. The goal is to have the service. And as taxpayers, we pay for the service. That's the whole idea. Are socialized programs not a thing over there? Why am I the one telling you about this? I'm confused. Like, I feel like I probably shouldn't be the one to tell you that this is not necessarily the worst idea. But they keep using that word, sustainable, that word. That word. I don't think it means what they think it means, especially when freaking the government has a freaking stake in it. That's kind of funny to me. We want to raise the prices. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. That's a good article. That made me laugh. That's really funny. Roscosmos, then. Yeah, how's their business working for them right now? Oh, terrible? Yeah. Okay, cool. You checking out Tin Can? I hadn't really planned on it ending. No. I'm back home. It's nice to see Kimmy coming back to NASCAR. Yep. It's pretty cool. That article is really funny to me. Anyway, let's go over here. What do we got? So this is coming from TJ Cooney here. Oh, wow. This Air Force Research Lab point-to-point concept looks super familiar. It's on the tip of my tongue. Okay, what do we got? What the... Ah, disaster relief! I love it. That's awesome. I disagree with this architecture. I believe the payloads need to be ejected and land under parachute. To think a disaster area will be ready to service a 30-meter tall rocket is absurd. I agree. This is a one-and-done use case. Also, the rocket would need to land pretty far from the disasters. Supercraft, I like that too. What thread are you viewing? Weird mumbo jumbo from Roscosmos again. Yeah, I don't care, Forge. Yeah, I don't listen to what that guy has to say. Both SpaceX and Blue won contracts for this earlier this year. Yep. Yeah, Hellfish, these people talking about like it needs more, how it needs more than just like literally a semi-flat piece of ground that you could bulldoze with and flatten in probably about 5 minutes with like a bulldozer. Oh no, it would need to land far away from the disaster zone. Did we not see the barge in the background? No? Okay. Let's see. International Rescue. That's cool. No, we know that this is a thing, guys. The Air Force Research Laboratory is working with the United States Transportation Command, or U.S. Transcom, to use Starship to deliver humanitarian supplies. Now, before people say humanitarian supplies, EJ, really you think that's what they want to use it? Yeah, because putting bullets and guns inside of it is probably not a good idea. I mean, I'm just putting it out there. It's probably, I wouldn't do that. Yeah, let's put a bunch of bullets inside of a rocket that goes into space. What could go wrong? It'll be fine. No, yeah, they want to use it for moving humanitarian supplies around, like water and blankets and stuff. That's cool. Starships could be very, very useful in doing that. I mean, that's pretty cool. We've seen that animation though before. But yeah, that would be pretty cool. I mean, Phil, you said that Blue and SpaceX got contracts for that. I'm pretty dang sure that, I mean, I don't think it, well, not pretty dang sure. I would say that it's pretty reasonable to assume that if Blue got a contract for this, that their second stage is probably gonna, you know, come back down and land. Yeah, if like in, no. Remember gas station sushi? Relativity was being talked about using Terran R for that, but nothing inked yet. Yeah, I mean, I thought that was actually kind of cool. The animation is hilarious, though. Anyway, next bit of space news here. Check this out. I saw this before the stream started today. Check this out. This thread should just make you happy. So, Starliner returned to Earth. Was yesterday. We watched it come down. It was awesome. One of the funnest streams that I've done in a while. Anytime we see crew spacecraft with people on board or not people on board coming home, it's very, very freaking cool. Check this out. The meme lord himself. Congratulations, Boeing and NASA. Thank you. It's a win for everyone in human spaceflight when a crew-capable spacecraft succeeds. It was nice seeing SpaceX Crew Dragon next door on orbit. You know, crap posting and stuff is fun, but I like this. I like this whole thing going on right here. I like this whole thing. This whole thing going on right here makes me pretty freaking happy. That's cool, man. And that was one of my favorite parts, for what it's worth. Seeing Dragon and Starliner, they finally meet. It's pretty awesome. And then we heard from the press conference yesterday that Steve Stitch said that they did a test to make sure that Dragon and Starliner can talk to each other. And they can. Yeah, we learned that from the presser yesterday. They can talk to each other. They have intercompatibility, which is, that's pretty cool. That's pretty neat. I'm pretty happy about that, guys. I don't know about you. We saw that, Forge. Yep. New space bromance. Yeah, I'm pretty That makes me happy. I'm pretty happy about this. That's cool. And Starliner did come back. Everything seems to be good. They got to review the data. Had a couple of things here and there. Nothing that was too unmanageable. So, you know, provided there's no surprises hiding in the telemetry or anything, per Steve Stitch, he doesn't see why they can't move forward with crew flight testing once that data is reviewed. Steve Stitch is the director of the commercial crew program for NASA. Very cool dude. I don't think I've ever talked about him before. He has his hand in Dragon. He has his hand in Starliner. And before that, he worked on the shuttle program for like 30 years or something. He's a flight director. Yeah, flight director. He's worked with Wayne Hale. He's worked with Gene Kranz. It's pretty damn cool. He's a pretty cool dude. OMAC Little Sus. Yeah, did they elaborate any more on it? They actually got it to work. They got him to fire again. Weird, huh? And they got the RCS to work on the descent burn. They got the OMAX working. And the RCS. Yeah, they said it right in the presser yesterday, Odin. So that tells me... that... Okay, so let's think about it for a second. Let's think about this for a moment. The OMAC thrusters, during the insertion burn at the beginning of OFT2, after Centaur separation, the OMAC thrusters were commanded to fire. All 12 of them fired on time. One of them fired for about a second and then shut off and didn't turn back on. And then the one next to it fired for 25 seconds and shut off and didn't turn back on. What do you think that could be? Anyone? That's just what he wore, Flykin. That was his uniform. If it's any Forge, and that goes for anybody else, if you guys are sharing anything about Tim Dodd's video, I haven't watched it yet, so please don't spoil it. I really wish you guys didn't do that, but I have to tell you that, so because how else would you know? That says crappy sensor data. No, it has nothing to do with the valves, Odin. Somebody actually asked that question. The valves performed just fine, and depending on the data on this will determine whether they're going to need to be redesigned or not. I still think it was a freak accident. I still think that Starliner got hit by a monsoon and that fricked a bunch of things up when it was out on the pad, but that's just me. Spacecraft generally don't like getting wet except at the end of the mission. And even Starliner lands on land, so it really doesn't like getting wet. Sabotage? Savvy, I don't think it's sabotage or anything. It's just a freak accident, but it's definitely strange. It's strange that this phenomenon wasn't encountered ever before. The crusty valves was not on OFT1. It was not on the pad abort, and OFT1 service module, pad abort service module, and the original OFT2 service module were all done the exact same way. I still think the thing got hit by one of those freak monsoons in Florida, and water got where it shouldn't have, and that screwed up a bunch of other things. It could be the sniper. Yep. Sorry about that. It's all good. Does the Microsoft Flight Simulator Dark Star count as space news? I don't know what that is. We're going to play Flight Sim for early hours tomorrow. Nice. I don't know what that is, though. Yeah, and that was behavior that they did observe with the shuttle, which tells me that, yeah, just a freak accident. That's what I think, Hellfish. I think that's what's going on. Anyway, Starliner does matter because SM Service Module 4, the one that they just flew with, worked fine except for a couple of sensor problems. And if the computers are commanding the things to work and then they don't work, that sounds like bad sensors in the engines to me. That sounds like a junk sensor. Could be. And I'll bet you that that's probably what's going on. It's always, when you get to this phase, something dumb like that, like an engine shutting off, always sensors. Always. It's always something like that. So, I'm a freak accident. That's weird. Alright. The sensor doesn't really check it for main and redundant to fail both on the same loop, on a single loop. Well, we'll see. We'll see what the details of the analysis is. I'm sure someone will ask them about it at some point. Either way, it's good to see Starliner pretty much on the way to being operational. Hopefully we see a crew mission from that thing by the end of this year. Keep in mind, guys, Starliner's capsules are also reusable. They can be reused 10 times. Yeah. And Boeing is making 2 of them. And then this was actually a really good question. Boeing said they have 2 of them for NASA missions. So that's 2 capsules for 6 missions. And Boeing, Mark Nappy, the vice president of the Starliner program at Boeing, basically said, I'm paraphrasing here. This is not verbatim. He basically said we'll make more Starliners if there's business for it. If there's business for it. I recall Tori Bruno saying something about Vulcan reusability. Up until, they got... Jeff Bezos basically bought 38 Vulcan launches to launch Amazon's internet satellite constellation. People would always ask Tori Bruno, are you going to do reusability? Are you going to do reusability? And he always said, if the market's there for it, we'll do it. It's time for EJ's wild speculation. Starliner is probably going to fly on Vulcan in the future. That's my guess. It's going to fly on Vulcan in the future and go to places like Orbital Reef and whatnot. Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen. New Glenn's probably going to move Orbital Reef up into space, and Vulcan will be the way they get people to it. I think that's wild speculation on my part. I really have no way to prove that in any way, shape, or form. And I have no insider information. I choose not to do stuff like that. I try to extrapolate what's going on with given information presented and try to figure out what's going on from there. And usually that works. I think that's what's going on. I think that's what they're going to do. So who's going to pay for Vulcan human certification, NASA or Boeing? It's human rated out of the box, Forge. BE-4s in the first stage. BE-4s, Blue Origin, the BE-4 is a human-rated engine out of the box because Blue Origin in the past has hinted that they want to move people into space with New Glenn. BE-4 is human-rated. What's the second stage engine? RL-10s? Human rating certification is easy. Propulsion is the big goal, the big gap to overcome.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Why would Dragon and Starliner need to communicate? They don't really need to communicate Alleviate for any particular purpose. But do you not want that capability? That seems like something that you would probably want just in case. A good redundancy, if you will. It's probably more of a have it, not need it, not have it scenario, since they do have some standardized components, and they do go to the same destination, that they probably should be able to talk to each other, just in case, you know? And lifeboat purposes, etc., etc. We know that they can dock to each other. They can. Actually, Starliner would have to dock to Dragon with its docking system, because Starliner doesn't have a Dragon Eye on it, so Dragon 2 would have to be manually docked. Starliner could automatically dock to Dragon. All they have to do is tell the computers to look for it. That's the really cool part about Starliner that I did not know. Starliner uses a relative navigation system. Literally, it has cameras on it that looks for things. It works basically synonymous in function, ironically, with Tesla's self-driving cars. Yeah, full self-driving. Yeah, Tesla Autopilot is a relative navigation system. The car literally uses cameras to look around for things. Starliner does that too. I didn't see that one coming. I didn't see that one. They communicate for health checks with the ISS. They're both connected, and they connect and correct each other in case of a malfunction in the other capsule. I think that's what Steve said. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Stop stealing my ideas. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, it's actually really freaking cool, Kane. They commanded Starliner to look for the ISS, and Starliner navigated right to the docking port by itself. Like, okay, so why is that cool? There's nothing on the ISS that Starliner is particularly looking for. The irony in this is that Starliner is a relative navigation system that's more like Tesla's full self-driving cars, right? Dragon, on the other hand, uses a LiDAR sensor, and it has an antenna on the ISS called Dragon Eye. Believe it or not, it was installed by the space shuttle, which is kind of funny. And Dragon needs to look for Dragon Eye and use LiDAR, and that's how Dragon finds the space station. And then, of course, there's the C2V2 communications loop, which is the transmitting system between the capsules and the ISS. C2V2 is very important, so the astronauts can control an incoming capsule if nobody's on it. That's important, but Dragon needs to look for Dragon Eye using LiDAR. Starliner doesn't need anything. They could just give it a picture of the space station, put a picture of the space station in the computer, and it'll do a T-1000. Have you seen this boy? Ah! Ah! Have you seen this? You have a photograph of John Connor? Yeah, it'll literally do that. It's literally the T-1000. Yep. You have a photograph of John? I watched that movie last night. It's a great movie. Well, I felt like watching Terminator 2, so I watched Terminator 2. Still holds up. Still good. Still really good. Yeah, still really good. Terminator 2 is better than Terminator 1, Cirrus? Terminator 1 seems like the prologue movie that would come after, like, Terminator 2. Like, you know how they're doing, like, origin stories with Star Wars nowadays? Terminator 1 seems like an origin story that should have come after Terminator 2. Terminator 2 should have been the first movie. But, also, Terminator 1 is pretty freaking good, man. When you lived in Florida, did you go to the ride at Universal? Yeah, of course. Terminator 2 is amazing. Personally, one of my favorite movies of all time. Come with me if you want to live. It's such a good movie, dude. You know who's awesome in that flick? I mean, Robert Patrick Arnold's obviously amazing. Edward Furlong is amazing. Linda Hamilton's a bad mother trucker in that movie. It's awesome. So good. Last. Of course. How selfish of me. Let's just hear what you all have to say. All right, let's hear what Chad has to say on the subject. Oh, what's up? Nothing beats The Fifth Element? Ooh, I don't know, man. I don't know. Terminator 2 or Fifth Element? I wouldn't choose. I would just say no. I'm not choosing. Those are both really, really good movies. Well, they needed a new rocket for orbital reef, as both Starliner and Dream Chaser are confirmed to be used for crew launches to it. Mm-hmm. Easy choice for me, but The Fifth Element is really good. What's your thoughts on Interstellar? It's a good movie. Yeah. The Fifth Element is one of my favorites. Liam, Interstellar is good. It's okay. I like it. It's not very realistic to space, but it's not supposed to be. Saying Interstellar is like a realistic space movie is like saying 2001 is a realistic space movie. 2001 is a good movie. And the parts that do exist in space are pretty dang accurate. But it's not a space movie, you know what I mean? Which is ironic. The movies that are like about space are always super unrealistic when it comes to space. The movies that necessarily don't have space as the subject matter always end up being really good movies. Strange. Like, I'll give you an example. Avatar. That has nothing to do with space. it takes place on a planet, on a foreign space, a spaceship, but the spacecraft and all the spaceships in it are really super realistic in it. That and Jim Cameron's kind of obsessive about that from what I've been told, so. Yeah, that's a good one, Potser. Yep. Rogue One as a standalone movie is superb. Oh, Rogue One's amazing. That's one of the best Star Wars movies ever made, dude. And I would put Empire. Empire is my favorite Star Wars movie. It's so good. And Rogue One's probably right behind that. Yeah, I'm dead serious. Yeah. Then Return of the Jedi, then A New Hope, then Episode 1, then Episode 2, then Episode 3. Episode 3 is the worst. That movie sucked. Rogue One's amazing, dude. It's such a good flick, man. It's so good. Episode 3 was terrible. It's so bad. T2 plus Guns N' Roses. You Could Be Mine, yeah. One through 9. There's 9 Star Wars? No, there isn't. There's only 6. There's 6 Star Wars movies in Rogue One, and that's it. You left off 7, 8, and 9. Those movies don't exist, guys. What are you talking about? They never made those movies. What do you mean? There's episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then Rogue One and all the other origin stories, and Mandalorian and stuff. There's no 7, 8, and 9. Those episodes, that never happened.
It's false. No way. Not this time. We created it. Not this time. No, not this time. It's totally made up. Pure fiction. It's fiction. It's fiction. We made it up. We made this one up. It's a made-up tale. It's a total fabrication. It never happened. It never happened. This one was invented by a writer. Not this time. It never happened. It's false. It never happened. It's a fake. It's fiction. It's an urban legend that never happened. No way. We got you. Not a chance. Not this time. It never happened. It never happened. We made this one up. It's fiction. We made up this one. We made it up. Not this time. Wrong. Not this time.
Wrong.
Not this time. You're wrong. Not this time. It never happened.
Did you know that falling off a ladder hurts? Have you tried not falling off of a ladder? Wrong. It's fiction. I can hear the beard. Guys, the origin stories are fine. I actually, believe it or not, didn't mind Solo. Everybody didn't like Solo because the annoying robot, but we all missed the fact that the annoying robot got cut in half because she was an annoying robot. I thought that was funny, that part. No, I don't mind Solo. Solo's alright. Solo's okay. Yeah, it's hilarious. It's the robot that turns her nose up at everything and gets pissed off at everything, right? Turns her nose up during a fight and gets the crap pushed in. That's hilarious. Like, everyone was like, I hate that robot. It's so annoying. I'm like, so the part where the part where the robot got ripped apart didn't make you happy? Like, that's the whole idea. The whole idea is that being obnoxious like that is annoying. And you talk stuff, get hit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought that was funny. So how badly will Ferrari do in Monaco? What's a Monaco? I still like Rogue One. Rogue One is so good, dude. Oh, that Monaco. Is that hang on a second. Is that the Monaco that gives out this trophy? That trophy right there? Oh, hey. Guys, look. Look. A real marina. What's this? Huh. Is it this place? That place right there? Yeah, one of my buddies is there. Actually, this is a viewer. Yeah. Just viewers sending me pictures from Monaco. No, Dinkelberg, no. Yeah, no, it's not Scree. How would Scary get to Monaco, man? I mean, anyway, let's see. You could literally sleep here. Is that the intakes? You should watch Book of Boba Fett if you haven't already. I watched Book of Boba Fett up until the point where it became Mandalorian Part 2. Yeah. It was really cool, and I thought they were setting it up for something awesome, and then Book of Boba Fett just went in a direction that I just really wasn't expecting, to be honest with you. Yeah, How does he get to any racetrack? I don't know what you're talking about. It was a good direction. I never finished it, to be honest. I just never got around to it. Never got around to it. Gina returning next year? I very, very, very much doubt she's ever coming back. We can dream, though, Kuro. Go and finish, then? Did they tie it back in, Ando? If they tied it back in, then yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah, Benno, I actually haven't mind any of the Origin stuff, fellas. It's really been okay. Mandalorian was fantastic. Just really, really good. Yeah. Book of Boba Fett's pretty good, too. But I haven't finished it. I liked Rogue One. I didn't mind Solo. It's just 7, 8, and 9 that I really have a problem with. Everything else is fine. Yeah, no, it's good. Like, am I wrong? Like, yeah, I did, Cirrus. Yeah, I watched 7, and I was just like, all right. I watched 8, and I'm like, wow. Okay, and then when 9 came out, I was like, nah, I don't care. I've never seen 9, and I'm never going to. Yeah. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care about 9 at all. Yeah, I didn't bother. Yeah. Basically anything apart from the sequel era has been really good in the Disney era. I'm with you on that one. Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, Axiom. Yeah. True that. Episode 7 was okay. They tanked 8 and 9. Yeah. And it's a shame, Ian, because in 8, when like the Rebel fleet is getting chased, or was that 7? I don't care. It doesn't really matter. When the Rebel fleet that destroyed the Death Star during Return of the Jedi is getting chased through hyperspace, like, I thought that was an awesome premise. That was such a cool idea. Like, they're on the run. You know, they didn't just blow up the Death Star and then it's like, oh, congratulations, we beat the Empire. I thought that was really freaking cool. That was a really good idea. It's just the execution was just god awful. Also, the new Thrawn books are really good. IMO better than the Legends trilogy. Bring back a villain, which negates what episodes 4, 5, and 6 were all about. Yeah. Like, I thought it was money, dude. Get out and never come back. Balk, I'm sure they're good. I am an original Star Wars expanded universe nerd, so topping the Thrawn books is a tall order. Oh, there you go, Grav. Nice. Also, new trailer drop for the Andor series. What's Andor? Like, the Rebel fleet getting chased and stuff, that was so cool. It was so cool. That was such a good idea, and then they just ruined it by... Is spoilers a thing? Can we do that? It follows Cassian Andor from Rogue One. Oh, excellent. Excellent. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Casio keyboard. Yeah, that's right. The hyperspace missile idea was pretty neat, though. Makes me question why they didn't use X-Wings that way before. That's what I don't understand. Yeah. Yeah. I hope they do well with Kenobi and don't just follow the Boba Fett, meet someone, do small tasks, move on. Yeah. Yeah. Almost seems like grinding out Fallout quests, Ian, huh? The hyperspace jump to blow up the Imperial fleet, like, what the frick? What the hell? Are you dumb? Like, what? You could have done that? Why didn't you just do that at the beginning? What? Why didn't you just do that at the start? I hate it. I hate it. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. All right. All right. Inconsistency is the sign of bad sci-fi writing. For All Mankind Season 2, I'm looking at you! Yeah, I know what you mean, Axiom. Yeah, no, it was terrible. Just absolute dog crap. Yeah. I think that was the point. That and no spacesuit EVA, if you catch my drift. Yeah, those were two where I'm like... I'm not watching this anymore. Yeah. Did I see the trailer for Season 3? I don't care, Denny. Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, I really don't. I honestly don't give a frick. What is this? just bounced off. That's awesome, Stabby. Yeah, they could have taken out both Death Stars, the entire Imperial fleet that way. It's just so bad, man. Are you ready for the next Indiana Jones? No, I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, fellas. Okay, look. If they continue a sequel or they revive a franchise or whatever, this doesn't matter. I'll give it a chance. That's my rule. Give it a chance. If they ruin it, then I don't care anymore. I just disregard it completely. This is not for me. It's totally fine. This was not made for me. Just nope. Nope. Yep. Yeah, I don't. Indiana Jones is Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, Last Crusade. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's all. New Indiana Jones? I don't care. I don't care. Yeah. I don't care. I don't care. I just don't. I just don't let that occupy my headspace. You know what I'm saying? All right. Anyway, next. So, let's see what we got here. So this is coming from Eric Berger. What's Eric up to? Just spoke with Firefly's Tom Marcusick and will have an in-depth story early next week. He said that if all goes well with the range and the FAA licensing, the company will target July 17th for the second launch of its Alpha rocket from Vandenberg. Hey, all right. Firefly getting back in the game. Cool. But if you don't like the revival, you have to rage about it publicly and hate everyone who likes it. Yeah, no, I don't do that part, Aqua, because that's letting it occupy my headspace. Yeah, I know it's a joke, right? Like, oh, I'm supposed to gatekeep and hate on everybody. No, I'm sure there's people out there that love the episode 7, 8, and 9. I'm sure there's people out there that love them. Yeah, that's not me. That's not me. I really don't like those movies. Yeah, I really don't like those. So, yeah, I don't let them occupy my headspace, nor do I let shaming people about how their terrible flicks occupy my headspace either. If you like them, you like them. What about the prequels? I like the prequels, but only episode 1 because pod racing. Yeah. What if pod racing didn't exist? Episode 1's not a bad movie. Is it? Do people not like it? It's actually a pretty good flick. I thought it was alright. I did make a pod racer in KSP, yeah. Jar Jar brings it down. It would be better if Jar Jar wasn't in it, but yeah. No, it's pretty good. The duel with Darth Maul makes it worth the price of admission, but you get pod racing on top of that. And the Gungan probe droid battle, that was sick. That was really good. Yeah, I don't mind it at all. Still annoys me a bit that they just sampled an F1 engine instead of making a new sound. Yeah, I don't mind episode. The pod racing is my favorite part. That makes it worth the price of admission. Pod racing is sweet, dude. Yeah. That was just really cool, actually. Yeah. Duel of the Fates is fantastic. Yeah, the whole... Dude, yeah, episode 1 wasn't bad. Jar Jar kind of made it terrible, but... Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I don't mind it at all. It's not Empire Strikes Back good, but it's okay. Chat, did you know they have pod racing on Malastare? Very fast, very dangerous. Yeah, the droid invasion. How about when the droids come out of the MMTs and they're like, and they start marching and it's like, that's the best part. It's like, it reminds me of, yeah, that part made me happy, and that music's amazing. It's not air guitar, it's air bass. When the bullets hit the gun, yeah, dude, yeah. How about that part? Open fire. Yeah, that part's sick. Yeah, that's right, Snatcher. You got it. All right, anyway. What else do we got? This next bit is coming from Relativity. Stage 2 is making great time on its way to Cape Canaveral, Florida, where Terran 1 will launch this year. Check out a recent photo of Stage 2 crossing state lines. Sweet. Sweet! Open fire. You talking Titusville. When's it coming to Titusville? Yeah, it does need a little bit more pixels, but also pretty good. Alright, what's this next one here? Yep, here we go. Thank you for your support on the OFT2 mission and helping us welcome Starliner home. Yeah, baby. Oh. Jabber! And they're using a shuttle flight control room. God damn it, did that make me happy. Shuttle flight control room for Starliner. Oh, that's so sick. Oh, the seismic charges, Scott. Hell yeah, dude. Seismic charges were amazing. Sproung. So, guys, this is this is a shuttle flight control room because it has all the patches from the missions that it's run. Look at all of them. That's amazing. And that guy's playing Galaga. And then Kerbal replied, maybe Valentina can come with you next time. Liked. That's amazing. Yeah, also, just in case anybody didn't know, just in case. Jeb. Jeb. Yes. Jeb was on board. He was riding right seat on Starliner. So, that's pretty neat. All right. Look there, Jeb actually survived a landing. Are you making fun of me? I am. Disappointed. And it's one thing I do not like to be. It is to be disappointed. Sorry, sir. This will never happen again. I know. Alright, let's see what else we got. So, this is coming from EGS. Okay, I agree with you guys. Can we stop calling it Mega Moon Rocket? That sounds stupid. That's all right. Anyone else? Anyone? I hate Mega Moon Rocket. I can't stand it. It's really annoying. Call it just call it SLS, or call it like Jupiter 5 or Jupiter 4 or Ares 4 or something. Mega Moon Rocket. Dude, it's terrible. It's terrible. It's literally, yeah. But Rocket McRocket Face. I would take Rocket McRocket Face over Mega Moon Rocket. Uranus 4. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. How about we call it the pudding launch system? Because it's as easy as falling into a vat of pudding because the Pope is Catholic. As you know, pudding disposes and Bill composes. Yeah, I just decided that right now. So, what are they saying? 5 out of 10 service platforms surrounding SLS and Orion and High Bay 3, the VAB, are now retracted in preparation for our next roll to the launch pad. Man, they got that fall tree turned around real quick. Congratulations, you're hired as deputy administrator. Does the Pope poop pudding in his hat? Anyway, call it Preparation H. Yeah, that's a good one. Well, that's good that SLS is getting ready for another rollout. They had some weird stuff happen during the wet dress rehearsal back a month ago. But, yeah, if they're getting ready to roll again, guys, that means that those, whatever problems they encountered, most of it was how a chunk of rubber got stuck in a helium check valve on the ICPSU. That's no good. But if they're rolling gantries back, that tells me that they have pretty high confidence in what that problem actually was and where it came from. Because they wouldn't roll out if they weren't sure. How about we just stick with Greek and Roman names? Alright, why don't we call this one Puddingmos? Yeah, after the Roman Greek god of pudding. Puddingus Maximus. Yeah, if the Mega Moon rocket, if it's called the Mega Moon rocket, does that mean Starship is the Giga Chad rocket? No, we call Starship the Giga Chad space shuttle. Pudding Linguist. Pudding Gillis. Biggest rocket. Starship time. So this footage is brought to you by our buddies over at NASA Spaceflight. Mary and Nick are the ones that shot this footage down there over at NSF. And of course, as always, the ever popular NSF robots. Oh, gee like. Pudding linguists. And it's when you eat pudding out of a bowl. Right? I just discovered this. What shall we say I'm watching? Hey, Veggies, how are you? So, I'm EJ. Every day during the afternoon, I do, it's a segment of the stream, I guess, that's kind of podcast form, kind of not. Where we talk about what's going on in the spaceflight industry. This footage here is SpaceX's, so Elon Musk, the meme lord, this is his rocket launch site down in Texas. This is Boca Chica. This is his Starship launch site and Starship development area. We get daily footage from our buddies over at nasaspaceflight.com. I have permission to look at the footage here and to restream it over here as well. But what I do is I go in and we commentate on what's going on. We try to figure out what's going on with the space program. And it's not just Starship. I do this with everything. And also we have conversations about Star Wars and other things. Dude, long story short, I'm a huge freaking nerd. Like, huge nerd. Like, if I had a pocket protector or something, you'd be like, yep, all right. So yeah, that's what we're working on right now. Well, not working on. That's what we're doing right now. So we're watching a JCB lift some I-beam posts off of a trailer. Yeah, I also like using it as an opportunity to teach people about STEM and how buildings go together and whatnot. I'm a STEM streamer, dude. My whole point of the stream is trying to get people to learn something. The idea is that if you watch a stream for like 30 minutes, you're gonna learn something new. So. That sounds very interesting. Thank you for explaining. Plus, you love Star Wars. Okay, all right, Veggies. This is important. I don't mean to put you on the spot, my dude. Is Rogue One a good movie? I'm asking Veggies. This is important. This is important. No? Oh, I thought it was a really good movie. Damn. Alright, whatever. Back to Starship. Damn. I thought it was sick. It's one of my favorite Star Wars movies, man. Damn. Anyway, Veggies, you're still good. That's fine. You can not like Rogue One. It's okay. I'm joking. Oh, thank God. All right, cool. You're not just saying that to make me feel better, right? I'm back. What have I missed? Hi, back. You've missed the front. Freaking roasted. Alright, so that's just some cranes moving around. Bro. Okay, so one thing that we like doing is looking at all the automobiles that are driving around, like that lifted XJ right there. Yeah, I don't mind that. I like that. That's actually pretty rad. Yeah, lifted Jeep, baby. See last ping for spacesuit news. I got it. I got the link. Oh, look at that lifted Jeep. Lifted Jeep. Lifted Jeep. Lifted Jeep. Anyway. That looks like a mini monster truck? Okay. Alright, little thing on lifted Jeeps. So you don't lift a Jeep like that. Hold on a second. You don't lift a Jeep like that unless you're going off-roading. Now, with that being said, there is dirt stains behind the quarter right there and on the rear bumper. So, what does that mean? That tells me that this guy goes off-roading and he does clean the Jeep, but there is bumps and stains on the rocker panel. So it tells me that the guy does go off-roading. He does do it because the rockers are all bent. See, they're all bent and stained. Now, don't get me wrong, that could just be road grime. It's fine. But also, this guy probably puts this thing on 35-inch boggers and goes treading through the mud. You don't need a 4-inch lift unless you're doing something like that. And the dirt stains, the mud stains that are just barely visible right there tell me that that's exactly what that dude's doing. So, if it looks weird with those small tires, yeah, it's because the guy's driving his truck on the road that he likes driving off-road. You change the tires. I don't know if you guys do that in Europe, but also it's missing the rear quarter panel, or the rear fender guard right there. It's missing the rear fender guard, which means this thing's been off-roading before too, and possibly even rock climbing. That part would be off if a rock took it off, because I had one of these one time, a long time ago. I had one of these. Actually, it was my sibling's car that I used. I never really owned it. I just drove it. And that's what happens when you take it off-road and a rock scrapes the plastic bumper off the side. Yeah, true story. Yeah. See, XJ knows. See, those are the tires that should be on that. The guy's running road tires, fellas. Before everyone goes, what the heck is that guy doing? Can I share my XJ, bro? I already got you. Man. Yeah, see, that's what you do with those things. Those Jeeps are really cool. Yeah. So he's running road tires. With some of the roads here, you don't have to go off-road to get that much damage. Yeah. If it's one thing that I can say about certain parts of the U.S., most of it, the roads are pretty damn good. I've driven on most of them. Remember that part? Yeah. They were pretty good. They weren't the worst. Michigan still has the worst roads. I don't know why that's a thing. I don't know why it is that way. It's just the way it is. In Central Europe, we got off-road trucks. Yep. Yeah, those are cool, but we don't need those. People make those things for those off-road trucks for fun, but I do like those nearly evil. Yeah, that's see what that guy's doing? Or was that nearly? Oh, Nemetko. Yeah. Nemetko. Yeah. See this, dude? That's what that guy does with the Jeep. Goes mudding like this. That's why the Jeep has the lift kit. To do stuff like this. This is literally what it's for. And that thing has those swing axles. Those are really cool. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Drive that stupid truck up that hill. Okay. All right. First of all, if this looks like it's not fun, I don't know. Oh! I don't know what it is. Off-roading with trucks is notoriously fun. If it looks boring, yeah, probably. But dude, yeah, get up there. Yeah! Look at that Tatra. Get the frick up there. Oh, that's awesome, dude. It's like Mud Runner. Bingo. That's why that Jeep's lifted. He's doing Mud Runner things with it. Yeah, Tatras are cool. Yeah, that's good stuff. Of course, Dingleberg, yes. They do that on purpose. Either that or whoever's filming it, Nick, nice truck, Coastal Plains. Nick or Mary, yeah, likes cars or whatever. Or something. I want to bench press a Buick now. Yeah. Ah, yes. This right here is the Ebola drome. I think it's a Grand Tour reference. That's not. That was an indicator for the part of the subassembly that it is for the ship. Oh, look, the truck where they stole the front from another car. See, that one doesn't look as bad. Past the old lady's house and across the line. The new Everyday video dropped this morning. Yes, I know, no spoilers, please. Haven't watched it yet, didn't have time. That guy is pressure washing part of that rocket. Gotta get the grime off of it. Look at it. Isn't that nice? Oh, he's got a little boop. It's got a little boop. Are you going to watch the video on stream? No. Timmy doesn't want his stuff being restreamed. I respect that because it's literally it's Tim. Tim's awesome. I respect what he does. I won't show his videos on here. Yeah, I asked for permission one time. I was like, dude, can I show videos on stream for the hype? He's like, nah. I want to get the views on YouTube. And I'm like, totally understand. You don't need to say anything else. I got you. You don't need to explain it. Yeah, no, he was cool about it. But yeah, it's all good. I'm going to go watch it off stream. I do that with most space content creators, fellas. I always ask permission. You know, it's out of respect. Because some of this footage is not very easy to get. Like, oh, I don't know, an interview with Elon Musk. Yeah, Tim should be reimbursed for his efforts. Because he does put a lot of effort in. So, yeah, no, I'll watch it off stream, my dude. I would love to watch it here with you guys, but, yeah, that's not my decision. Interesting, Creeper. Yeah. That's Ship 24, guys. Ship 24 is out at the pad, by the way. They moved it out this morning. That crane can lift 180 tons. I don't know if you knew that. It's attached to a load spreader, which is attached to a piece of booster 8 right here, I think. Also note that they installed flight recorders. Those are flight recorders on the back of 24. That's a pretty damn good indicator that that thing is going to enter the atmosphere at some point. And when I say enter the atmosphere, I mean fly. It already is in the atmosphere. I know that. For you know, the people that don't understand a little bit of wit. Anyway. Apparently Starlink V2 is 7 meters long and 1,250 kilograms each. Damn it, my username. This isn't on you. This is my fault. But I really wish you guys wouldn't spoil it for me. It's alright. Apparently I will go find out by watching the video. Please don't talk about it. I want to go watch it myself. Nah, it's fine, Blue. That's just going to get people to make more spoilers. Oh, hey, see that? We could make that in Kerbal nowadays. We could make one of those man baskets. Sorry, thought it was from a different source. I haven't seen the second part myself. No. Yeah, okay. I see, the username, to be honest with you, I already had it spoiled from me. That's how I knew where it came from. Yeah. So they're building out the new Star Factory. I'd like to remind everybody that the house with the garage attached to it is the same type of construction as that building right there. This one. Not the tent, not the Elon tent. No, not that one. Did you know Miss Slippy's car is green? Bro, I said no spoilers! Ugh. I love how there's rolls of stainless steel literally just sinking into a puddle. What about that downforce producing device on the back of NASCAR cars? Signer, that was bad even for you. Yeah, no, Ando, I know. It ain't gonna rust, right? Like...
Discovery, go at throttle up.
That's awesome. And it's these that there were some wicked rainstorms there last week, yeah? 40-month resub, thanks. Wait, EJ, is the new tent stack on top of 2 new shipping containers? That I don't know what that tent is for, username, but it's definitely temporary. That's a... Well, I was about to say that's one of the original... That's like the original style of Elon tents, which is just a tent that's stacked on connexes, right? But Blue Origin and Jeff Bezos has also been using those tents for Project Jarvis as well. So... Bezos and Elon both use this. So you know what we'll call them? We'll call them Bezlon tents. Bezlon tents. Bezlon. Yep. Ezos. That's... Elos? Bezlon. They're Bezlon tents. I just like saying that word. Bezlon tent. Why not lawn bez tents? Because Bezlon sounds cooler. Does Jeff make them? No. Yeah, this is temporary. I'm not sure what it's there for, but it's housing something. Bezlon tents are made from Jefflon. Jefflon Muskzos. Hang on, let me type that out. F. Mizusk. No, Jefflon Muskos. Chad, if I ever make a video game and it has a campaign in it, the main character is going to be named that. Jefflon Muskos. Busk Gelon. Busk Gela. That's terrible. Yeah, Veggies is like, oh no. See what I mean, dude? We're kind of weird in here. Sorry. I think it's just a staging area for Star Factory and the Mega Bay construction. Yep. It sounds like a Star Wars character. Jefflon Muskzos. Yeah. Chatlon Musk Space. Scaring the new guy already? Hey. We have to set the expectations here, Ivan, okay? Expectations needed to be set. Busk Gelon. That sounds like an actor in a certain film industry. Yeah. Oh, jeez. I call this shot, crane attached to a barrel section. That'd be $2 million, please. Busk Gelon. There's only one. Oh, yeah, Grab. Yeah, you're right. These guys are getting some crane parts ready. LF Bezlon. Elon plus Bill Gate equals elongate. Okay. Alright, that's enough of that joke. Luft. See? Look at this. Cranes helping cranes. It's like gamers helping gamers. That's how it should be. Also, there's a nice Duramax back there. Yeah, you ain't kidding about all that rain, huh? Yep. Water. Fruit. A cherry. I said that's enough, Lumpod. Okay, it's a Starship bulkhead here. Yeah. That tagline is kind of bending it in one direction, huh? But that's okay. It's not very structurally sound when it's like that. When they sleeve it, it'll be stronger. Hey, Xeon. 19-month resub. Thanks, man. Yeah. Yep, here we go. Gotta sleeve it. Yeah, that should iron it out. Is there something weird about this picture or not? I can't tell. After they assemble it, do they cut off those points where is it connected to the crane to save mass? No. I don't think they do, Ivan. I don't think they weigh that much, so I think, I mean, they might grind it off. I don't know. I haven't really paid attention to it. I'll keep an eye out for it next time, okay? SN16. Yeah, Phil, it is pretty strange, huh? So what do we have there? That's booster 6, right? Or is that booster 5? I think that's 5. That's 15. That's 20, and that's 21. Or 22, right? 5, booster... It's booster 5, Starship 15, 22, and 20. Yeah, okay, cool. Cool. One hop, we'll know in a week. Oh, more crane parts. It's pretty crazy the difference between handling the SLS cores and Starship parts. This is still all pre-production stuff. That is a chunker of a truck, might I add. Holy crap, that thing's a beast. Okay, you want to know how I can tell? Look at the wheels on the back of this truck versus the wheels on the trailer. Look at how much bigger they are. That is a beast mode of a truck right there. Ugh, yeah. Man, because, you know, something that you should do when you conduct space flight is be reckless, am I right? The booster lift bar is going up to the top of booster 4 right now. How many feet above sea level is Starbase? 10? 20? They're shipping out the fagiolis. 4 to 8 feet above ski level. That's close to 10 or 20. I'll meet you in the middle at 9, Ian. Yeah. Call it 85. Yep, they're still loading up. They're still loading up liquid methane at the launch site. Rocket fuel. They've been loading up oxidizer, methane, and so liquid oxygen, liquid methane, and liquid nitrogen. Man, look at how fricked up that road actually is. Hold on. Oh yeah, that road's thrashed, dude. Look at how bumpy it is. Highway 4 is absolutely destroyed from all the heavy traffic. This is, you see how the road goes down right there and is super bumpy and then it goes back up? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, see that? Yeah, that road's wrecked. It was never designed for this much heavy traffic. Is that just the road that they repaired? Maybe. EJ, have you ever played the recently released Tin Can? And if not, any plans on checking it out? People keep asking me about it, Axel. I had really no plans or interest to check it out. I'll look into it, though. Here. Tin Can. I was about to ask that. The game is fun and short. Oh, neat. Ah, that's a good picture. It's a good picture, Thomas. I like that. So what's Tin Can about? Surviving in a space capsule. Oh. You guys want to play it for after hours? You can play it for after hours if you want. There's the... interesting. In Tin Can, you get into escape pod and taking whatever you can with you to repair and maintain the escape pod, analyzing parts to keep you alive and your beacon running. Is it just see how long you can survive, or is there a point to it? All right, Hendo. All right, we'll give it a shot. Things can go wrong, parts need replacement, and you have to put out the fires. All right, let's do it. You want to play it for after hours? Let's play it right now. When this is done. This was the end of Space News. That's all I had for you. We can play Tin Can right now if you want. Covered it for Space News already, Kev. And you actually have to read the manual? Alright, let me download it. Rescue mode has 6 scenarios. Each one is... okay. Alright, let's... Let's... wait. Oh, word. Nice. All right. All right, sweet. Crap. Damn it. Freaking flight simulator, man. Yeah, Foz, I did it. I did cover it already. Alright, hang on. I gotta remove another game here. It's not a, you know what? I'm not even that much of a freaking digital hoarder. The thing is, I have GTA 5 installed and Flight Simulator installed, and there goes 500 gigs. Install that. Do you not have 2 terabyte hard drives? Last one you can. Firework, why would I be worried about disk space if I had 2 terabyte hard drives? What? Yeah, I have an extra terabyte of space, so I have to uninstall games because I'm worried about disk space. Last one you can. What's up? I think it would be more fun if you go blind into it, no tutorial. I was going to do that anyway. Let me install the game, though. How much disk space is Tarkov? I'm not really into Tarkov anymore. I don't really want to play it. Like, how do we uninstall that? I know Hardscape is, or Hardspace Shipbreaker is out, yeah. Install that. I don't know, maybe I have enough space for it now. I think I uninstalled enough stuff. Just a little bit short. Escape from inventory manager, indeed. I gotta install one more thing. You only need like 10 gigabytes for it.